Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another KPC Live. Long time no see. I am back from Europe, and I am here to chat with you guys. Have some fun. Today's gonna be a chill live stream. I haven't prepared anything in specific. No K-pop news, no K-entertainment, no society news. Just you guys and me. Hello, hoodies and toppings. Let's do an attendance call first. We'll love to see who's in the chat. Let me know where you are watching from and what time it is. Yes, it's great to see y'all in the chat. So far, how many people do we have? I see on the YouTube studio that it's actually not showing. So I have no idea, but it should have started now. And I am quite anxious today because I'm at a new setting. You might have noticed that the background has changed. I will explain that in a moment. Bottom line, it's my house. I'm using a new Wi-Fi, new environment. So I spent the whole past hour installing all this stuff, all these wire cables and cameras and lights and internet and audio, all that kind of stuff. So I am very, very hopeful that everything should be maintained in a good state until the end of the stream. So far, we have 65 people. And what is happening? Is it all crisp and clear? Please let me know if the video and audio is good. Hello, Michelle from Los Angeles. Sherry, welcome back. Thank you. Horrendous Karaoke, US. Becky, basically me, Nico, Carol, Eileen, VNK, Naledi, South Africa, okay, Slav, Illinois, the Bard from Sweden, 6:43 p.m. Oh, and the sun is still going to be up for 3 hours more. Very intriguing. Carol, 9:44, sunny San Diego. Kel, the setup looks fine, don't stress. Yes, it's a more of a minimalistic setup, I would say. Like, what do you expect? It's just my bedroom, right? Lourdes from Finland. And what's Aaron, Kel, Nancy, Travis, Maddie? Okay, I see all the regulars in the chat. And slowly more and more people are gathering. And Becky confirmed it's good, so thank you so much. Yeah, I'm just getting a notification on my YouTube studio screen that the stream is not receiving enough bitrate or whatever from the OBS. So fingers crossed that nothing gets disconnected or anything. Yes. But if all is good, let's just go on, right? So what shall we talk about today? What shall we talk about? Oh, Ryan's in the chat too. CT Lim, hello. Yes. Yeah, as I told you, I haven't prepared anything, but one good news is you've already seen it on the YouTube studio, the community page. I set my priorities first when I came to Korea. I was like, I need to end this hemorrhage of money, like cost coming out from the studio. Like, I've observed the situation enough. I need to prioritize that. I need to tackle it. So I went to a lot of realtors. I just expanded the boundary, the perimeter, and put out more and more listings. And I was just very busy hunting for new tenants for the past month. I would say like 1.5 weeks. And voila, I have a new tenant now. So I'm supposed to move out on the 27th. So we have 10 days left. So that is the reasoning of the background change. Now, this is going to be a temporary background. I am going to switch it up to my grandma's room over there, which is vacant. I'm going to install like a motion desk and all that, and like kind of decorate the background, all that stuff. But in the meantime, I just reckoned, like the background really doesn't matter. What matters is me, right? So I'm here for you guys, and very, very thrilled to chat again with y'all. So looks like you had a lot of fun from your travel photos. Yes, you must be subscribed, following my Instagram account. Now, these are the perks if you follow me on Instagram. You get to see what I'm doing real time, and it was a blast. I went to, how many countries did I go to? I started in I guess I landed in Denmark and then moved to Sweden and then went to Finland afterwards and then went to Norway and then went to London, the UK. So 5 countries in total. Yes. And I made a brief overview or like summary of my what do you call it? Like my thoughts, my trip itself on Patreon. So if you want to go check out that exclusive podcast episode, it was just uploaded today. I'm back at work. Go check it out on Patreon for only $10 a month. You can get exclusive podcast, and you will also get early access to regular podcast episodes that are supposed to be uploaded on KPC. So we have another episode coming up tomorrow. Actually, I'm going to upload it very soon. It's going to be about corporate culture in Korea. So that's going to be a fun one. We have 3 beautiful ladies on this show. They are all new faces to you guys. So very excited to see your perception of that. Yes. RC got you. It's about time. I know, right? Are you currently in the best city in Korea? Busan. No, unfortunately, I'm in the second best city in Korea, Seoul. Maddie says, how long have you been back? I've been back for a hot minute. I landed here on June 2nd. So, yeah, it's been like 2 weeks, I would say. Yeah, I was very busy in the meantime adjusting to the time zone. Just, as I told you, taking care of the studio situation and doing a lot of catching up to things and all that. So, yeah. That's amazing. Wishing you the best. Thank you. Did you get to meet any toppings from your overseas trips? Yeah, of course. Of course, my generous hosts, Jorgen and Benedicta, if you're watching, big shout out to you. Thank you so much. I'm eternally grateful, and I'm not even like trying to exaggerate, because this was definitely a once in a lifetime experience. I could never have done this without their generosity. So that was amazing. I went to a bunch of cities, and I think I've visited cities and towns and parts of all these countries that normally not a lot of tourists would have access to if they were on their own or on like just tourist packages and all that. So yeah, I'm just very, very lucky, and it was just very eye-opening. So my entire thought process is recorded on Patreon, so if you want to go check that out, feel free to support the channel. Unfortunately, I did not have a mini fan meet as I did in Singapore. I did meet up with a few fans that contacted me personally. I received a lot of presents. You guys are also always generous. I'm very, very touched. I got a bunch of candy. I got a bunch of skincare products, all that kind of stuff. So really, really blessed to have you guys. I can listen to you talk all day. You have a great podcast radio voice. Thank you so much. I wish some local radios around here could pick me up. If you're watching Arirang or whatever, and if they're ever in the look out for new guests and hosts, please recommend me as a viewer. Tammy, hi from South Carolina. Mocha, you are back. I know, right? Literally the title of today's stream. And it's great to see that the viewer count is going up at 113. Let's all like the video so that more people can gather. And yeah, as I told you, today's a chill live stream, so I'm just going to be doing what I do best, yapping. As the pro yapper you guys anointed me as. So yeah, throw your questions away, whatever you want to talk about, whatever you want me to talk about, I will pick them up from the chat. Super chats will be appreciated and prioritized, of course. But yeah, fire them away. I literally came empty-handed. It's not being unprepared or underprepared. I literally just wanted to have like a sit down and talk and reconnection time with you guys. K-Stosh, hello, good to see you. Yes. Hilda, what? Hi, David. Yes. Hi, Ryan and Chicos. ask John to hook you up with the Arirang crew. Yeah, John's doing a great job in Arirang, and of course, John and I have a really great relationship. I feel like if he gets enough leverage and influence within the radio station, he would definitely pull some strings for me. Yeah, I gotta meet up with John. Not for that sake, but just to like catch up. I haven't spoken to him in a while. Lilla Bora, love from a Norwegian in a train in Sweden. Oh, okay. Well, that was my experience. I was in those countries for a while. Nicole, hello. Dolly baby. Speaking of John's favorite fan, Dolly baby, is here. Dropping some dollars. Woo! Pizza. By the way, you can see how tanned I am right now. Like, look at the gradation, Look at the difference in the color here. You see that? Like, over here, it's very dark because I kept wearing, like, short sleeves when I was walking around Scandinavia. Scandinavia has such harsh sunlight. And you might not understand what harsh sunlight is, but the first thing, the sky is very clear over there, and the sunlight just like comes through without any kind of filter. There's no clouds or anything. Of course there are clouds, but like mostly it's like a clear sky. I haven't seen that much clear sky in my life, because if you've been to Seoul in Korea, there's also fine dust and there's clouds, and it's normally cloudy and all that. And yeah, for that's one thing, but also the architecture and like the text, the substance, the textiles, what do you call it? The ingredients, whatever. Like there are cobblestone roads, there are stone based buildings and all that, and I feel like they're all in bright colors, and I feel like they reflect on the road or the buildings, and it just like it feels like I'm in this kind of greenhouse that like every angle I'm getting exposed by sunlight over and over and over again. So yeah, that was the feeling. In contrast to Korea, we have concrete buildings, we have and very toned down colors and all that. So yeah, I got very, very tanned. But going back to Nicole, where have you been? I have been to Scandinavia, and Finland's gonna say there. The Scandinavian countries. What I learned is Finland is not included in Scandinavia, apparently, technically. So I will say the Nordic region. Yes, I've been there and ended my trip in London. Hi from Poland. Hello. Farmer's tan. Yes. Hey, is Benedicta in the chat? I need to find her. Hey, my pleasure, David. It was great hosting you. Lots of really good and interesting conversation. Benedicta is literally the most generous person. I can't really like thank her enough with words, like, or anything. Like, if she ever comes to Korea again, like, I will give her the I don't think I will be able to even like deliver anything equivalent to what she provided me with, because like she literally drove me to places and very, very difficult roads, places with like icy paths up like a couple 100 meters or something, and up to fjords and curvy paths and all that. So yeah, up to ski jumps. And then we have the VIP Jorgen in the chat, which I will not reveal because he's a man of privacy. But Jorgen is the other MVP because he also took me around all over the country and the Scandinavia itself. Like, we went to Copenhagen, we went to Stockholm, we went to Lund, we went to all these other places. We even saw like a Viking stone, like the first ever one, and I saw like a ship from the 16th century or something. Like, my history is fuzzy, but yeah, it was ginormous, And yeah, I got some amazing meals. Oh, and in both country in Norway and Helsinki, I got to taste reindeer meat. So that was great. But yeah, I will slowly give you my impressions about Scandinavia throughout my multiple streams, not entirely in this one because I don't want to spoil everything in one go. And also, I did mention that I made a separate podcast episode for Patreon, so I don't want to give the exclusivity away and make it evaporate for the exclusive Patreon donors. But I don't know what is happening, but it feels like the internet here is a little laggy. I don't know if you guys are still watching or not. If this is okay, just let me know if there's a issue. Let me just refresh over here. Yeah, it's a new environment, so I did expect some kind of hiccups here and there. But let's see if it's working or not. Please do not disconnect. Please, 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 please. Yeah, I'm having some connection issues, I think. Maybe it's because I closed my door, is it? Or yeah, the Wi-Fi signal is very strong, but for some reason it seems like it's lagging and it's not working. That is very interesting. Okay, I think we're back now. Yes, we're back. I'm sorry for that lag. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Everything is perfect? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. How was reindeer meat? It was actually pretty good. And the best comparison I can make is lamb. It has a little bit of like that unique bitterness, I would say, as an aftertaste. But it was very tender. I guess like depending on how you cook it. I had a soup version. I had reindeer soup with like mashed potatoes. That was like a Finnish dish. And then I had reindeer steak in Norway. So those were very two different kind of ways to treat the meat. But nevertheless, regardless of any like method, they were both amazing. Yeah, I really liked it. I was kind of scared and reluctant in the beginning because like it's reindeer, you know. And the funny thing is, when I was in Finland, they had a lot of like Santa Claus kind of merch, or let's say, what do you call it? Just stuff related to Santa Claus, and you know, Rudolph is a reindeer, and it felt like I'm eating Rudolph. Okay. The lighting is better here. Purple Cat Cafe Starbucks mug. I was expecting at least one person to say this, but I'm sorry to disappoint you, but this was bought like 6 or 7 years ago or something. Every person in the world has probably consumed Starbucks, and I'm not just gonna throw away like a fine mug that I'm using at my house. And coincidentally, okay, it might be an awareness issue on my end that I didn't think out that it was a Starbucks mug cup and it would be shown on this screen. I'm sorry about that. I can switch it to another mug, but this is just my daily mug that I use. So I'm not pushing an agenda here or whatever. I will switch it later, but I really don't like people judging based on like a simple artifact that does not have any intent. So I'm sorry about that. It's your freedom to how to perceive my viewpoints, because I had a Starbucks mug coincidentally washed in the dishwasher and I just grabbed it. But okay, maybe I need to level up with my awareness. Yeah. Let's see. How was the ferry trip in the Stockholm archipelago? It was fantastic because, quite honestly, when I was in Stockholm, the weather wasn't like the best. It was kind of cloudy and it was kind of drizzly and all that. And but miraculously, when I was just boarding on the ferry, the sky just suddenly just cleared out and it became blue sky everywhere. And then Sweden's archipelago on the way to like Helsinki, they have like tens and thousands of little islands and bits here and there. There are little cottage houses, like, you know, vacation houses that look really wonderful, and you probably can't access any of them without your private boats. I learned that boats aren't that expensive as well too. That was very interesting, because like I always thought of like yachts or boats are like very luxury products, but if you actually want to get one, you could actually get one for a reasonable price, like a small one at least, if you have the means for it, and if you are willing to maintain it, maintenance, and all that. So yeah, I don't know why the chat is frozen on the screen. Let me try to refresh it again. I'm sorry, there are so many technical issues happening today. Let me try to refresh. Boop. Okay, let's see if it works. Yeah, the chat on the screen is frozen, but it's working perfectly fine on the studio thing. So let me just disable it for a moment and refresh it. But okay, people are slowly gathering. 159 people. Yes. Let's see. Okay, let's see if it appears properly again. Yeah, I think I have issues because I closed the door, and you know how the Wi-Fi signals get bad indoors, like when the door is closed, and my dog is like she's like blowing the door because she wants to go out for some reason. So let me take care of that for a sec. Okay, there we go. There we go. Oh, what's wrong with using a Starbucks mug? I mean, I don't want to be sarcastic or anything about it. I'm rather sarcastic about like the behavior of jumping on, you know, judging a person by simply that person owning a Starbucks cup or something like that. But like, you know, like there is a massacre and violence and war going on in the Gaza area, and you know, like people want to boycott companies that support the war and fund the war, and one of them is apparently Starbucks, and along with a lot of other companies. So a lot of K-pop stars, a lot of celebrities have been called out because they use Starbucks and all that. So yeah, I will destroy this mug cup after this stream, okay, if that makes you happy. Code Chef, what up, bro, from Gangnam? Oh, you're in Gangnam right now? Okay. Hey, Seoul has a lot to offer too. I've seen so many videos recently highlighting the revitalization of Cheonggyecheon as an example of modern, sustainable urban design, a project to be proud of. Yes, I'm very proud of the Cheonggyecheon. It was a very big project, a signature project from our former president Lee Myung-bak. I'm not trying to get political again, but yeah, it was his doing. Lee Myung-bak, he used to be like a executive at Hyundai Motors. So he was like a manager kind of guy, a CEO kind of guy, business guy, and he became the Seoul mayor. And when he was mayor, he made the Cheonggyecheon, which is like a stream, an artificial stream that penetrates through the heart of Seoul. It's not the Han River. It's located in Jongno district, right in front of the Royal Palace and the old streets and all that. But it's now become like a very favorite resting place for all these couples, families, and just people, office workers, to just rest and listen to an ASMR stream and just sit down, drink some beer, maybe read some books, all that kind of stuff. And it's very clean water. They have a lot of festivals over there. It's really pretty. During Christmas, they have like light lantern festivals. Yeah, so Seoul has a lot to offer too. And President Lee's, back then Mayor Lee's, one of his biggest achievements along with the Cheonggyecheon is the transit system in Seoul and the bus lane. So he really revolutionized public transportation. So we can hop on from any kind of different line that operates in Seoul and outside Seoul, like to the Gyeonggi Province district, whether it's bus, subway, metro, whatever. Like they all have different lines, they all have different companies, all operated by, different, capital and all that. Some are government, but he just made all of that, all in one, and we can just like pay an additional fee of like a 10 cents or 2 cents or 20 cents or something like that once we go to another like a line or something. And if you go to Japan, you'll feel how comfortable that is, because in Japan, in Tokyo, I saw that the JR line or some other lines, they cannot like transfer with each other or something because they're different companies. So that was very annoying. And also the bus lane is a very big lifesaver in terms of traffic, because before that the buses were just like, all over the place. But nowadays there is like a certain line dedicated for buses, and public transportation is prioritized so that the more people there are on the buses can go from point A to B, A to Z in a more swift manner, and the traffic doesn't really like catch up. So that's really good. Starbucks is global. They're going to have issues regardless of whatever geopolitical conflict. Yes, too. And also, I've clarified in past videos, I mean, Starbucks Korea is independent from Starbucks Global. 신세계 정용진, President Jung actually bought the rights of operation of Starbucks in Korea. Nevertheless, I know that the symbol itself transcends the capital backing it in independent management in Korea. But anyways, okay, yeah. You look so well rested in body and spirit. Keep it. Yes, actually, I had a revelation in mind. It was eye-opening. That trip was definitely what I needed for my body and soul and mind. And I speak a lot about it in the Patreon podcast, so check it out. Seoul has the best 5G Wi-Fi. Yeah. I'm visiting Gangnam from NYC. Don't want to go back to NYC, bro. Seoul has everything when you're using USD instead of KRW. Yeah, if you're being paid in USD, I'm telling you, I've been saying, it's not even a promotion at this point. It's just logic. If you have a remote job, or if your job just allows you to travel or whatever, and you're earning USD, come to Korea. I mean, there are other options, like, of course, Thailand or Southeast Asia, where the living cost is cheap. But I feel like the sweet spot is Seoul, indeed, for the convenience, the safety, the infrastructure, the entertainment, the people, the food, the liveliness, all that kind of stuff, with a very adequate living cost that the dollar can actually provide extra value of. Like, I have never seen an American in Korea not use the taxi because they think it's so cheap. Whereas the locals here never ride taxis unless you're rich or you're in a hurry, because they think it's super overpriced. But the minimum fare for a taxi over here is probably $3.5 or something. And if you go from the end of Seoul to the other end of Seoul, I would say it would only cost like $25 max, no tips. So imagine if you're just going like halfway or like 1/3 to another district or something. That would probably cost you like under $10 or something. So like my American friends, every time they come, they're like, yeah, I mean, I respect your public transportation and all that, but like if a private ride with air conditioning and I don't have to like transit and go walking on the stairs and all that, and I just can get a cab and ride to my destination point right in front of the door for under $10, then I'm doing that every single day. So I was like, okay. Yeah. Can you just put a Piroso sticker over the mug's logo? Yes, that is a very reasonable and rational approach. Like, if you think it's making some people uncomfortable, politely suggest an alternative solution rather than jumping on, oh, I've seen enough. He's probably a Zionist or something. Like, be a level-headed person, right? Thank you, Tom. Clara Benjamin, thank you for the boo-boo. And Naledi, the ZAR. Wow, thank you for the 35 ZAR. Hey, David, what do you think about the state of K-pop? I will be moving to Korea to start a K-pop label and to debut under it. Honest thoughts? Wow, that is a lot of ambition there. So, I do not know about your background, but thank you so much for the super chat. The state of K-pop, I would say it's the 4th gen, and now it's entering the 5th generation. Maybe it's a little bit too early, but the 3rd gen to 4th gen, there was like a massive explosion of like number of groups, different concepts, all that kind of stuff, and there was massive saturation. The market was targeted as global, as a given. They all started in the US or started making English songs and all that kind of stuff. However, I think, I'm sorry to the unsuccessful groups, but that saturation has actually, ironically, resulted in only the success of a few groups, and the fandoms have consolidated even bigger and bigger, more centric towards like the big groups only. So, I mean, yeah, I guess like if you start a small label and if you have a niche, like there are some groups like that have like all foreigner groups or certain niches, then there will be an audience and you might be able to do like small venue tours as a start in the beginning, whether based on your concept, right? There are groups like Plave right now. There are groups like I mean, it's not K-pop, but like Danny's. Oh shit, I can't say this. But anyways, there are groups that are pretty successful that are not well known in Korea but overseas. So I think there's a market for everything. I mean, if you are prepared, if you have the capital, if you have the willpower, and you mentioned you want to debut under it as well, so you're the CEO and a trainee as well. I don't know how that'll go. I can't honestly comment on that. But the archetype is for a person to be a K-pop idol, they go through vigorous training for multiple amount of years, like at least 5 to 7 years, maybe even 10 years when they start from like middle school, high school, and then like they reach that age of like 17 to 20-ish, and then they debut under a group. And so that's like the standard track. So I'm pretty sure you know about that, so keep that in mind. And there have been some bold statements and trials, but at the end of the day, the market is a very ferocious place. It's a free market, but also there's a lot of competition and the market is cold. So yeah, you got to be up for that challenge. I'll be brutally honest. So, but good luck if you're very like interested in that. So like, why not, right? Aim for your dreams. The sky's the limit. Let me just turn on the AC a little bit. It's getting hot in Korea. It's actually rained today, so it's very humid over here. Very sticky. A Kiss of Life is a nice example. What's Sticky Kiss of Life? Yeah, like they're a nice example of a small group becoming viral. I mean, they did an oopsie quite recently, but still, they're doing world tours and all that, right? We would love to have your tan. Love from Norway. Hey, yes, Norway was amazing. Spill the tea? What tea? There's no tea. Why are you guys all suddenly so quiet? Is it my internet lagging, or you guys are all just like 200 people watching? Please smash that like button for me. Yes, do me a favor and smash that like button. And if you are watching and you want to show me that you're alive in the chat, please type in anything. Okay, I feel like there's something definitely wrong with the chat because it just stopped. It just stopped, so maybe I have to refresh it again. Yeah, maybe it's lagging. Let me try to refresh again. Or maybe people are just being quiet. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. Let's see. The internet's just on and off here. Yeah, I really would just want to like set up everything perfectly in my other room and then stream in a nice environment. Technical difficulties always stress me out. There we go. See, like people were actually no, people weren't typing anything. I guess they're all busy. Yeah. Well, that's okay. That is okay. There we go with the chat again. But definitely the internet is pretty slow. Anything. Oh, you guys typed anything literally? 압구정, 신사, Gangnam, rich people show off their wealth, but most of the old money in NYC is quiet. What do you think of this dynamic? Is it Korean culture to show off, you think? Yes, because we have grown from ruins to this now. So we need to show off, right? We need to show off to the world as well that it's not the Korea from the Korean War and the colonial era and all that. So, yeah. We grew so fast. So people's mentality is like, if you gain wealth fast, like people who have had wealth for years and years, they don't need to brag. Like they got the rich aura, right? And they're just like, they've just absorbed that into their body. They've embodied it. But people who've gotten rich fast, they need to show off, right? So that's how Korea is. Yeah, and not only that, but everything's a competition here. So you want to win in status games and appearance and like whatever. So yeah, flashy cars, flashy bags, big apartments. Yeah, all that. But we do have like old money here. But that's very controversial because old money in Korea means that you've probably, not everyone, I can't generalize everyone, don't get me wrong, but old money means that you've survived through the Korean War and also the Japanese colonial era and also the Joseon dynasty, because that would, if we go back 100 years, that's just like the Japanese colonial era. So that means if you didn't lose your wealth during the Japanese colonial rule, then that means you probably sided with the Japanese and they didn't confiscate your wealth, and you probably functioned as someone who happened to help the Japanese regime, and we call them traitors. We call them 친일파, pro-Japanese families, and a lot of those families have inherited their wealth over the generations. And it's a very big irony and problem in Korean society where the descendants of these families that betrayed our nation and basically sold our own people and their own souls as well. They discarded their name and changed their name to Japanese. And they've just grappled onto that wealth for decades and decades. And these people are living luxurious lives, whereas the actual independence activists, their descendants are living in very poor conditions and they're broke, and the Korean War vets and soldiers and their families, they're broke as well too. They only get some money from the government. They got a medal, but what's that going to do, right? They got honor, but they don't have like good living conditions. And I feel like that's pretty much the same for all the vets around the world too, like that, participated in a war. They don't get compensated that much. It's always like the rich people behind the veils that are controlling people for their own gains or any like agenda or whatever, and people in power that maintain their wealth, and the poor commoners, the activists or the vets that actually fought in the front lines risking their lives, they don't get treated well. So it's the same in Korea, and so now like the rich people, the old money rich in Korea has a high probability of either being from a noble family during the Joseon like dynasty, and then passing that over and siding with Japan, and then hiding somewhere during the Korean War, and something like that. So yeah, there are some people like that. Again, not generalizing. Of course, there were other, families, different environments and conditions, but basically, I would say the rich money, the rich people in Korea now is they don't go over a century. So, like, I know that old money comes from in Europe. They come down from like centuries and centuries, like royal families, nobles, and all that. But in Korea, we were in rubbles, and people who grasped onto opportunities then became rich, like Samsung's Egoni and all that. So they became conglomerates. And then there was political connections, and the government tried to push, and advocate chaebol families and conglomerates by supporting them, by bending the rules and laws and being in favor for them and bailing them out and all that. But yeah, that's a whole different, story time thing. Yeah. David, did you celebrate BTS Festa? I'll be totally honest, I was just very busy for the past few days, and I had no personal time to actually check. But I did check out all the videos and like them, RM and V coming out, Jimin and Jungkook, and like their BTS Festa performances. And there's like this stupid controversy going on with Jungkook's hat and all that, make Tokyo great again, that shit. Do you know how much Jungkook donated for the freaking wildfire in Korea? He's one of the biggest donors, and people are like, how dumb you have to be to not even know what you're wearing. Like, imagine if you wore a MAGA hat, would the Americans and the global fans have the same reactions? Blah 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 blah. But he apologized as well, and it's already a past issue, and it was literally just a handful. I guess like the Koreans might have the right to be kind of triggered, but they're probably just non-fans and just trying to pick on him anyway. So like, you gotta see a person's legacy and the traces he's left, and what he stands for in an overall perspective, not like Zionist. Right? So yeah, okay. Yeah, anyways, I got kind of triggered, but anyways, the BTS Festa, yeah, it was wonderful. I saw a lot of my friends go show up in front of the Hybe building, and all the buses and the playing cards. So it's like festival mode, because like Korea's treasure is now back from the military. Only Suga remains. I think he's gonna get out in like no time. So yeah, so congratulations to BTS, and my BTS army heart is fluttering and wondering what kind of new music they will deliver. It was very surprising and shocking that they actually did like a huge performance and all that kind of stuff for army right after their what do you call it, discharge. Yeah. So Fund me. Hi, David. Good to see you again. Thank you. How are the stores in Norway and Sweden? Did you buy anything like souvenirs, perfume, some food? No, I'm broke. So, unfortunately, it was very expensive over there. Everything was very overpriced in my standards. I'm not saying it's overpriced from its value. The living cost there is, in general, just very high. So, like, the first thing I did when I came back was eat Korean food, obviously. But the first layer of perspective was, like, I was longing for Korean food. I wanted some comfort food for myself. So, that was why. But then the second reason was I wanted something affordable and cheap. Yeah, so I had like this massive meal with like a gazillion side dishes, all refillable, and like this hot pot with some rice steaming and like some fish, and it was only $10. And everywhere in Scandinavian countries, like, I looked at the menu and I was like, okay. If it weren't for my hosts, I would have probably spent a lot. Yes. David, I have a friend that's traveling to Seoul for the first time next week with his wife and 2 kids who are below 6 years old. Do you have any tips for first timers to Seoul? If you're a first timer to Seoul, and especially if you have a wife and 2 kids, it's not going to be easy to get around via public transportation. It is convenient, nevertheless, but I'm just talking about like the uh, physical duties the dad and mom is going to have. So I would definitely recommend riding a cab because taxis are relatively cheap here, and just pick some points that are close to each other, like the Royal Palace. Like everything's all cuddled in that area. Go to the Royal Palace. There's also Toksugung. There's also the Modern Arts Museum, and they're all like, walking distance. There's like the Gwanghwamun Plaza and the Cheonggyecheon. So set a day for just that area. Maybe go to the Gwangjang Market, get some street food, and call it a day after doing all that at once. And then go just like do that part of Chongno, Old Seoul at once, and then move on to like Gangnam and the flashy places, Gangnam or Jamsil or the Starfield Mall or the Lotte Tower and all that for another day. So divide them into sectors and don't be over ambitious. I'm sure they're not going to be because they're a big family. So just cover what you can cover and in sectors, because like traveling from this side to that side it's a hassle for me personally. Yeah. So, and Hongdae might be fun for young people, but for families I don't think it has that much to offer. So yeah, Hongdae is optional, I would say. Let's see. Wow, I'm very delayed on the chat. BTS is back. Yes. It's been a while, Carolyn. Yes. Sorry, I'm home doing laundry and dishes. Yes, a lot of people seem to do household chores when I'm doing the live streams, which I appreciate. Yeah. The internet is lagging. Yeah, I'm so sorry about that. Isn't old money in Korea Jebol money? Yeah, that could be considered the oldest money right now. But even so, Lee Byung-chul, who is the founder of Samsung, he only started Samsung at what year was it? Samsung wasn't an electronics company back then. He started with like selling rice and crops, that kind of stuff. It was like a trading, more of like a mercantile company, and it expanded and expanded, and then with his vision he started switching the sectors. He started investing into other sectors and all that, and then it was his son Lee Gun-hee that actually went all in into semiconductors. He's tried to do cars, but then he wasn't a good competition against Hyundai, so I guess Samsung just didn't do cars. But Lee Gun-hee was a visionary, and he just chose semiconductors as the internet age, the PC era was coming, and he was like, yeah, this is going to be the next moneymaker. And then yeah, now it's the bread earner for Samsung, along with its electronics, its phones, its TVs, its washing machines, whatever, home appliances. Yeah. I was literally wearing suit and tie every day in Korea. Is that considered old money? I wouldn't say so, per se. Old money is actually more casual. Yeah, like there's a saying. So it doesn't apply to old money, but I'm just trying to give you the nuance of it, right? So there was my friend. He's from a very wealthy family. Like his family owns massive ships. By the way, Korea has amazing ships that's made by Daewoo, but then now it's from Hyundai. Anyways, we make great ships, and his His parents have like a ship company in Busan. He's freaking rich. But he used to live in Shinsa, which is a district in Gangnam, where all the plastic surgeons are. And there is a place called Garosu-gil, which used to be the fashion mecca of Korea, but now it's all dead because Apple Store came in and it boosted the prices and the rent. So the small business owners all had to like leave. And now the only thing there is like Apple Store, Tommy, Godiva, and all these big global companies. But whatever. Anyways, the thing I'm about to say is like, the point is he's very rich and he used to live in Shinsa, right in the middle of it. He had a house over there, and I used to go to his place. And he was like, you know, we were young kids, and then we were like, oh, let's go up to Garosu-gil. There used to be a cafe called Coffee Smith. I don't know if it still exists, but it was like a pickup cafe. Like what I'm saying is, it was like a open terrace, and there would be like fashionable, you know, pretty women all sitting there waiting for a CEO or a doctor or a rich guy to swoop over and just ask for their numbers, or drive up in a Bentley and say like, oh, you want to go for a date or something like that. So it was like a hot place. My friend was like, oh, let's go too. And so naive, right? So I was like, okay, yeah, why not? Like, we were college kids, and I was just checking out the vibe. So I appeared with him. I went to his place, and he literally came out in like tracksuits and just very, you know, gym clothes with sandals, like flip-flops on. And I was like, you're going to Garosu-gil and Coffee Smith like this, and you expect girls to be impressed? And then what he said actually kind of hit me. That had a valid point. And he said, oh, bro, you don't know what you're talking about. If you wear like suits, ties, trying to impress, like all flashy and all that, the girls, they might be impressed. You know, like there are a variety of guys, and that's like the regular way to impress girls. But if you go up like me right now, they will understand that I probably live in this area, that I don't dress to impress, that I'm literally like old money, and I got that wealth to like, you know, sustain myself in this area, which equates to, so it's like a mind-bending kind of process. He wanted the girls to realize, and I was like, oh, I don't know if that'll work or not, but okay, your logic is solid at least. So yeah, it's like, and he gave me the example of like, look at Mark Zuckerberg, look at Jeff Bezos, look at whoever was rich back then, look at Elon Musk maybe nowadays. They don't dress like flashy. They literally wear the same Uniqlo or H&M clothes. I guess Mark Zuckerberg's like black t-shirt or whatever, like Steve Jobs like collar tee. They're all very expensive maybe. But yeah, he was like, you know, his logic was that. So I was like, okay, whatever. But anyways, we were broke as college students, and he was living on allowance, of course, too. And of course, we didn't score any girls or whatever. We just went to the cafe and drank a latte and went home and played like Winning 11 or something like that. But that was funny. Anyways, yeah. Your question just sent me down memory lane. But yeah. But I think there's an ounce of truth there. But if you go to like Hannam-dong or Shinsa, people that actually dress casually, it means that they come from that area. They're just like going on a walk out from their house. So yeah. Let's see. Yeah. I had Korean food in Stockholm last night, but it was very expensive. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's very expensive. I went to London, and they have a lot of K-food stores and restaurants. I've seen like every block, every district has at least one Korean food, whatever. Like, and London is a very multicultural city in the first place. But yeah, compared to the Northern European countries, London was like, yeah, it was yeah, it had a lot of Korean stuff. But what was mind-boggling is a hot dog, a Korean-style hot dog, and some tteokbokki, I swear to God, was 8.5 euros or something, or like 10 euros. That is crazy. I mean, okay, maybe for London standards, I mean, of course I understand economy, and of course there's a different living cost over there, so you have to pay with a different minimum wage, and that's probably very high, and the ingredients and the maintenance fee and the rent and all that jacks up the price. But just one-to-one comparison without all that logic, just the food and the value itself, like tteokbokki in Korea is literally, if you buy it from a street stall, it would be, for one serving, maybe $2. And imagine a one serving tteokbokki in London for 10 euros, 8 euros. That's like quadruple, no, like 5 times the price. No, more than 5 times, right? So when I saw that, I took a picture of it and I sent it to my friends, like, you know what, like maybe we should just come to Europe and make a business and sell like tteokbokki and stuff. And yeah, of course that was all a joke, but yeah, that was how shook I was. And same goes for like all the Scandinavian countries as well. Like Jorgen and I went to like this really nice Asian cuisine that had some Japanese food, and like 4 pieces of gyoza, you know, like the Japanese dumplings, the fried dumplings. 4 pieces of gyoza were literally, I don't know, like the equivalent of maybe 15 euros or something. That was crazy. It was a fine dining restaurant. To be fair, it was really nice, and the food was really great too. But just telling you about like the actual price of gyoza, if you want some in Tokyo or Korea, you would get 4 pieces for like $3. So yeah, like as an Asian, you understand what I'm saying, right? Been great seeing you. Got around. Okay, K-Stosh, likewise. Naledi, thank you so much. More context. I'm 27, male, black. I know it's going to be hard to be a CEO and training at the same time. I plan on working hard to bring good music, visuals, and dancing. Honest thoughts. I will be totally honest. If you're 27, you're already over that age bracket, that sweet spot for debuting as a K-pop idol. That's the brutal truth. So I would think you would have a better shot in being a CEO or a producer for a K-pop group. That's just my opinion. And if you're planning to work hard on bringing good music, visuals, and dancing, I think it would be more useful in cultivating and growing a new group, like using that ability to produce a group rather than debuting yourself. Like, I'm not trying to like say like you can't do it, like there's no limit to anything, but the chances are, and the pattern here is that, you know, 27 years old, soloist, maybe it's going to be pretty hard. Yeah, if it's not like K-pop, if it's more like maybe just, I guess, R&B, hip-hop, or maybe just other genres of music, then being a soloist and male age doesn't matter at all. So you could try that route. But I'm just saying, statistically, pattern-wise, and the stereotype, the what do you call it? The standard here, yeah, is like that. Let's see. Off topic, but I was curious about the reaction in Korea after Spurs won the Europa League. Everyone was in festival mode, you know. Sunny is our national hero, along with BTS. It's BTS, Bong Joon-ho, Son Heung-min, J Park. that's his lyrics. So I mean, J Park self-included himself, and I want to give him some credit. He does have a lot of fandom outside, but of course it can't compare to those three. Like, you know, the holy trinity of Korea right now at the moment is Bong Joon-ho, Son Heung-min, and BTS. And the moment Sunny, like, we all know Sunny's story. He went to an underdog team and he worked very hard. He almost got the Champions League trophy when Harry Kane was there and all that. He missed a lot of chances. He even got the Golden Boot, but The only thing that was lacking was a trophy. He never won a single trophy, and this is almost his last year in his professional career in the Premier League. People are predicting him to go to Saudi or wherever to get that last chunk of money, but it was just like a drama for Korean people. Like the fact that our national hero that just elevated a Korean's status so much in a male dominant culture, football, like everybody knows Sonny, right? And football is like ginormous. There was an interview from Lee Gang-in from PSG saying like he used to get kind of intimidated in the locker room where like rookie players were talking about the best players in the world and their nationalities. Someone's from France, someone's from I don't know, the UK or whatever, and they're all talking about their 선배s, their older, legends and all that. And as a Korean, he didn't have anyone to brag about, but then he said like the existence of Sonny made it so much easier for him to get into that conversations because, Sonny literally won the most goals scored, the Golden Boot, along with Salah in one season. And he's a really well-known player. So anyways, yeah, like it was bombarded on the news for a while. Everyone was watching his clips. So congratulations to Sonny again. But yeah, it was massive. Yes, I was very happy too. I was reposting it on my Instagram story as well. Yeah. Dude, what do you think about Iran and Israel? Oh my gosh, that is getting out of control. That is scary. Like, that is really scary. People are actually saying that we might be on the verge of World War III, and war is never okay. And yeah, I'm not gonna say a political stance or like whatever, like sensitive opinions about the thing, but I just like as a human being, I just want everything to just stop. Like, I just wish, either side just, yeah, it should stop. Yeah. And yeah, let's not get too deep into that topic because the chat's going to become very messy. Yes. I was waiting for you to have the London pricing rant, as expected. My gosh, London. What a city. Yeah. Was the food at least worth the money? I wouldn't know because I would never buy that food for that amount of money. Edward Choi, hello. Uncle Hoodie David, finally you're alive. Thank you. Hope everything okay, safe and sound with you. Any updates on new movies? I don't know if you're referring to new videos. There is going to be a new podcast episode coming up tomorrow, Corporate Culture, with 3 beautiful women. But in terms of movies, the latest movie I've seen is Mission Impossible. Yeah, the final episode of the series where Tom Cruise is retiring from the franchise. Yeah. Other than that, I have no updates. Nope. I'm looking forward for the F1 movie with Brad Pitt. Yeah. But no, Squid Game 3 is coming out soon, so maybe that might be relevant. Elaine, hello. Great to see you back. That is ridiculous for Gyoza. I know, right? But I liked it a lot. Yeah. Son is huge here in England, especially when growing up. I'm very happy he won. Yeah, like, he's the sunlight for all of us Asian males. We didn't have any kind of representation back then. Of course, we have BTS. BTS has done like more than Sunny, I would say, like in terms of global impact and bringing in money and all that. But I would say Sunny is like on par with that if you just technically compare like male dominant culture versus female dominant culture, and the impact, the sector size of like football and like K-pop and all that. Like, I don't want to compare because they're both legends and gods. So everyone in Korea just wants the best for him. Like, nobody's gonna blame him if he goes to Saudi. Like, freaking Cristiano Ronaldo is playing in Saudi. Like, who's gonna blame Sonny if he makes that choice, right? So Messi is playing in Florida. Yeah. What do you think of Hobie Sexy Era? Yeah, I've seen the clips. I've seen the clips. Wow, and dang, he's on fire. Yeah, he's definitely delivering with his world tour, and the friendship and the loyalty we saw for from the members, like appearing on stage with him. Wow, that was one of a kind. Yeah. What do you think of Kim Soo-hyun being found not guilty? Is a verdict out, or I have not heard anything so far, so I do not have any knowledge to comment on that. But I was actually having a conversation with my friend yesterday about this issue, saying like, you know, how no matter like what the result is, there are going to be a number of fans that support him, and if the court rulings get messy and it's not clear cut, that like if the court literally doesn't come out and says like, you are a pedophile, I will lock you in jail for X amount of years and you will get no bail, probation or whatever, if it's not as clear as that and there's like, it's kind of iffy, then I think people are going to give him a second chance, because like, you know, if he doesn't actually get a sentence that proves like by law that blah 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 or whatever, like, you know, if the court or the other side can't prove that the evidence is actually credible or whatever, or not forged, so like I don't know what the outcome is going to be, but I was just having a conversation with my friend yesterday saying like, what if that happens? What if he actually gets like he's innocent ruling by court? What do you think the public's gonna think like? And our result, our deduction was deducement, or what we concluded was, there are people that are going to believe he's a pedophile and he should be like shoved away from society, but there are actually going to be people saying like, oh, it was all like evil doing of Karusero Yonguso, and the family tried to blackmail him to get money, and you know, the correlation is weak and there's no legal ruling or backing to, you know, believe that he actually has those allegations, blah 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 blah. So I think there is going to be a good amount of people that support him too. So like, he might be able to continue his career in China for massive amounts of money or whatever. So yeah, we'll have to see. Aaron, I just spent 4 weeks in Korea last month, and it was my first time visiting Korea after canceling back in January. Okay, how did it go? I'm curious. Hope it was good. Hope it was a positive. We had a football star like Sonny as well. Solskjaer. Love from Norway. Wasn't he from Man United? I think he was. Doesn't Norway have let's see. Doesn't Norway have Holland now? Is that Norway? Wait. Where's Holland from? He's the superstar now, isn't he? He's not Danish. He's not Swedish. Sweden has Zlatan. He's not Finnish. He's not Dutch. So I think he should be from Norway. Yeah? I know some athletes from Norway. Casper Ruud in tennis. He's pretty good. He's up there. Hey Rachel, how's it been? Oh, you have a break so you can join for a little. Great to see you. Full of foreigners, though I hardly could find a Korean to converse with. Really? I don't know which area you went to, but maybe we went to Hongdae or like the Royal Palace area. There's a lot of foreigners nowadays. I'm telling you, like the Korean tourism is booming. Yeah. Holland, yeah. Yeah, so oh my gosh, it is so humid here. I'm constantly turning on like the AC in dehumidifier mode, but it's not helping. My doggo is just like sound sleep. Do you want to see my doggo? I don't want to wake her up though. Holland, Holland. Yes. And in the meantime, while you guys think of some questions you want to ask me, speaking of visiting Korea, if you're in Korea and if you want to connect with locals and foreigners as well, expats as well, if you want to join a community, if you want to do some fun activities while you're here, or maybe even virtually if you want to learn Korean, look at the banner over here. Sue House is the app to download. Free events, free classes, fun learning, unique experiences. Go to Google Play Store and Apple's App Store to download it. And if you go visit on Instagram over here, you can go to Sue House Official. Wow, it's hit 3,000 followers. The hub of opportunities for expats in Korea. They're looking for creators, entertainment, virtual creator round calls, and looking for food creators. If you're like a vlogger, if you like to post on Instagram, maybe try that out. Calling all beauty queens, and review campaigns for certain products and all that. So go check it out. They have a lot of posts related to events. My internet is lagging over here. I'm sorry, but you can click on this landing page over here and it will redirect you to Sue House's page. And I'm telling you, the internet is really, really bad right now. So I will show you when it pops up. But yeah, Sue House is a very nice place. Ryan and I actually went to a Sue House event together and met some great people. Yeah. Yes, Sue House, check. Hey Lynn, hello. Hello. Hi Amir Hussein, hello. Yeah. Eating out in London is expensive generally. I like some Korean food, and yes, it's expensive, even the mediocre ones. Did you try any British food? Yes, I did. My friend Fatin actually took me to the oldest pub in London, and we had like really good. It was, I'm sorry, but fish and chips, they're just very overrated food in my opinion. They're good, but I would say it's pretty overrated, like the food itself. But that place, literally, I mean, I don't have that much experience. I don't have that many like samples to compare, but still, among the fish and chips I had in the past, in my past, the place we ate was the best, by far the best. It was so good. It was so crisp on the outside, so tender in the inside. It was hot, and then the sauce was amazing. The fries were amazing. We had some other stuff there, but like that was really good. And also I had the full English breakfast with the red beans and like the hash browns and the eggs and the bacon and all that. I had that. Also, I had the Sunday special where you get like pork, chicken, beef, all that kind of stuff in one platter. I'm trying to maybe I can find some pictures, because I actually uploaded all my pictures, most of them, to my drive, because like I took so many pictures and videos, but the London part is like the end of my journey, so I have some pictures. Yeah, look at this. Yeah, look at that. Ooh, so good, right? And that sauce. Ooh, that is so good. Yeah, and the full platter is ginormous. Like, this is how the full platter looks like. Wow, that is huge, right? This is something apparently the British people eat on Sundays. It was called it was really nice. It was called the Windsor Castle. A really nice place. Would highly recommend. Yeah. And where's the other food? Oh, I also went to like a Michelin star. I think it's a Michelin star in London, and it had some like pasta. It was really nice. Yeah, that was a nice place too. I even took a picture of the place because it was super good. Bancon. So maybe if you want to try, you can go over there. And because Fatin insisted, I also had Greg's too. Bagsome Joy. Yeah, one time is enough for me. I didn't really like it. It was, yeah, the convenience store food is better here in Korea. And this was the place I was talking about, the overpriced Korean street food. Again, I don't want to badmouth the business itself. I'm really proud that like it's really popular and it's in London and all that, and I would like to promote the place if anything, because like, you know, I love helping Koreans overseas. But still, I'm telling you, yeah, like look over here. Tteokbokki, original tteokbokki is 6.9 euros. Chicken corn dog tteokbokki is 9.9 euros. I told you it was 7 to like 10 euros, right? And kimbap is 7 euros as well too. Like that is, a kopbap is 7.9 euros. Kopbap is literally street food we eat in Noryangjin for exam students. They go to save money to eat kopbap. That is very, very expensive, but it's London, right? And they're exporting Korean food, so yeah, like, to be fair, I won't like bitch on them or anything. I want to promote that place if anything. And yeah, this was the let's see. This was the English breakfast we had together. Some really nice stuff with bread and the tea as well. Would you like a cup of tea? Would you like a bottle of water? Bottle of water? Harry Potter? I'm sorry. That explodes. I'm sorry. Harry... You know that meme? Every time an American spots a British person with that accent. Harry Potter. I don't know why that's so funny. I'm sorry. Shut up, Malfoy. Something like that. I'm sorry. No offense. That meme is just so funny to me. Okay, so this was the fish and chips place. Yeah, they were so good. Yeah, the other food was so good too. And this is how the pub looked like. And it's called the George. It was amazing. Yeah, it was amazing fish and chips. That sauce was heavenly. That was really good. And this is how it looked like. Really, really classy in my standard. Yeah, it was really nice. So big thanks to Fatin as well for showing me around. I mean, I will bitch about the underground though. Yeah, like it was too squeaky, too loud, too unhygiene for me. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. A Sunday roast, yes. Yes. Sunday roast. Yeah. Diane, hello. You look so great. So good to see you again. Thank you so much. From your IG, I saw you had all the British classics. Yes, I asked Fatin to serve me the British classics in particular. He was like, yeah, yo, David, where do you want to go? And I was like, yeah, whatever, like, you can recommend. Like, I would like something British. And then he first came up with like an Indian place, and I was like, is this British? And he's like, yo, bro, like, London is like a multicultural place. Like, you know, all sorts of food and good restaurants, they can be seen as British. I was like, but still though, it's like basically my first time going there as an adult. I barely remember. I don't remember anything, so I would like to try the stereotypical actual English food. You know what I'm saying, right? Like fish and chips and, you know, the breakfast and all that. So he's like, oh, okay, I gotcha. And then he actually found some decent, nice places, and he brought me to all of them, and I'm really thankful. We even went to the British Museum. And the funny thing was, I was talking to him, and in Korean, the language, we call the British Museum the Great British Museum. It's 대영 박물관. It's like Great Britain Museum. We call it the 대영 박물관. So I didn't know the actual name of the museum, and I referred it to the Great British Museum to Fatin, and he started laughing. He's like, why do you keep on calling the Great British Museum? And I was like, that's how it's called in Korean. You know, like Korea itself calls it great, like 대한민국. That means Great Republic of Korea. Everything 대 means great. So, or big. So I kept on calling the Great British Museum, and then, you know, sarcastically, ironically, you know, everything inside there is a stolen artifact from all these other different countries and cultures all over the world. There's literally like a Mesopotamian or a Mayan, an Incan, a Chinese, Qin dynasty, like a Korean, Japanese, everything like is like stolen from the colonial era. So yeah, he was like, maybe it's not so great after all. Yeah. Alpha's Note, woke up in the middle of the night and saw your live. Good to see you, David. It's been a while. Hello, thank you. And by the way, speaking of Sue House, the website has regenerated here. So this is the Sue House homepage. So go check it out. Download the app, join their events, and check out the reviews and all that. So please check it out. Thanks for sponsoring, Sue House. And the sponsoring is almost at its end. So I will look out for new sponsors to sponsor me here in the banner section. So if you're a business owner, if you have a small business or whatever, I'm offering a spot on my live stream which gets average 10K views per video from global audiences that are interested in Korean culture, Korean lifestyle, or K-pop or whatsoever. So for a very, very small discounted price, believe me, yeah, just email me if you're interested in advertising your business or your product or whatever, your freaking YouTube channel. Here, the advertisement spot is open. So let me know. Yeah, I will do it for literally a very small price because like I want to recoup something from my live streams and my precious time, right? Yeah, I gotta get some motivation as well too, doing these live streams too, right? Everyone pray for the world, exactly. Yes. Let's see. Oh yeah, I've been watching you since Seoul City Vibes and I love your content. I live in Tehran, Iran, and we are being bombed every split second. I'm not even worried about my life, but my sisters pray for me. Yeah. It's really devastating to see that. Like I saw the footages from on YouTube and it's just crazy. It's crazy amounts of like, you know, bombing and all that. And I will pray for you. Yeah, Amir. I think that's your name maybe. Amir Hossein. Yeah. I hope you're safe. I hope your family and sisters are all safe. I hope you've evacuated to a nice place, a safe place right now. And I just wish you all the safety. Yes, and it's even more sad because Iran and Korea has somewhat a good past relationship because there's literally a Tehran street in the middle of Gangnam, like the Gangnam station. Right next to it is Tehran Street, and it's like the busiest business district over there. All the like fancy, even Google's there. So Google Korea is there. So yeah. It's just terrifying. Like I just hope all this world conflict just ends. Yeah. Yeah. Not enormous like Korean fried chicken meals. I had like a 3-person plate all for myself at every restaurant I went to in Korea and couldn't even finish it. It was so cheap. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. You can have a feast over here. Let's see. Those aren't euros. Those are British pounds. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was glitching. Yeah, those are British pounds. Exactly. More expensive than euros. Like, see, I'm telling you, like, they're in pounds, so they're more expensive than euros. So it's more than quadruple or 5 times the price than the Korean one, like street food here. What was your favorite place in London and Norway? In London, there was actually a very interesting place. I can't recall. There are 2 places that were my favorite, like excluding all the tourist places. Maybe the place I went to like were tourist places at the end too. But they had just very different vibes. One place had like a bunch of graffiti, a bunch of like street stalls, like LP selling places, and it was very hip. There were a lot of hipsters over there. There were two very famous bagel spots there, which I didn't try because there was a massive line. And a bagel's a bagel. How better can it be? I'm a very avid believer on bagels have a cap of being good. Like, yeah, like bagels are just bagels. So, and I took some great pictures over there, and it was really nice to see the alleys and like the yeah, all that place. If you know where I'm talking about, please let me know. I probably have it written down or in my vlog. That was one place that was very interesting. The vibes were really nice over there. It was like Train Spotting, you know that movie, right? And also there was a place, Notting Hill was actually very, you know, that place was like a very bougie place, like in my standards. Like it looked very bougie to me. I went to the Notting Hill like bookstore, of course. I had some donuts over there. I bought it. Fatine said like, oh, I want to have some donuts, and there was a donut stall over there. So I was like, okay, let's get it. It's on me. And then I bought it, and a donut was like €7 or something. That was freaking crazy. So, anyways, but the vibes over there was just so good because all the houses were like teeny tiny, but then all like in pastel tones with like pink, blue, sky blue, like emerald and all that. So it was really nice, and it was very quiet, unlike the city center of London, which is very, very hectic and like kind of frantic in my opinion. So that was good. And in Norway, I didn't go to a lot of places. I went to Oslo, I went to Lillehammer, I went to the fjord, the Geiranger fjord. Of course, the fjord was mind-blowing. Wow, the nature there is like majestic, like Mother Nature. Like how I even did some research on YouTube on how the fjords are like made, like during the ice age, and the glaciers like slid down and it made that, like, you know, canal, what do you call it, like a valley, and then like water filled in from the sea and all that, and the mountains and the stream, like the water flowing down. It was just like, wow, like that is crazy. I mean, it was the breathtaking experience I had in par to when I first went to the Grand Canyon or the Death Valley. When I saw that, I was like, wow. It was like totally opposite, but same amount of awe that I saw. Like Norway's, and the sight of like the scenery on the way to the fjord was just amazing. Yeah, that was crazy. Yes. Uh-huh. Oh my gosh, I'm so back on the chat. I don't know where did I stop? Okay. Everything in London is expensive, which is why I giggled a lot. Okay. What meme? The Harry Potter meme. Yes. Yeah. David, am I being cheated? Tteokbokki in South Texas is about 16. I mean, America is a different world. Like, I'm not even gonna say anything about America, and I'm assuming there might be tips if it's a proper restaurant and you're served by a waiter. But if it's a takeout place, that's at least better. But $16 for tteokbokki, wow, dang. Yeah. Yeah, the currency in English is pound. Yes, exactly. Wow, I'm so late on the chat. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, you almost got kicked out of the British Museum because you said very loudly, I can't see anything British here. Really? That's so funny. That's what we kept on saying over and over again, Fatina and I. Like, what's British here? Oh, I don't know why my head is suddenly so itchy. David, really nice to see you laugh. Yeah. Moan all you want of the underground. Don't need to use it for work anymore, but when I do, I'm traumatized. Tartars, yes. Excluding the Elizabeth line. The Elizabeth line seemed fine. But all the other lines, oh my gosh. I don't know. Like, maybe it's just me psychologically, but I felt very itchy after I immediately took a shower. Yeah, after. I don't know why, like, certain metros, like, I guess, like, the infrastructure is super old, so it's really hard to renovate the tracks and, like, the whole platform itself and all that. Okay, like, I understand that. It's history, and, like, you know, it was, London was one of the earliest modernized worlds. So, cities. So, I understand that. I respect that. And it's going to be rusty, right? So, I respect all of that. But the one thing that can be improved that is not being improved in my point of view of the underground is that some of the seats are literally in cushions, in fabric, like cushioned chairs. Why would, I don't know, like, if you come to Seoul, most of these subway carts or the trains are like in stainless steel or metal. Like, I think that's how it is in New York as well too. And like other cities, it's either like in plastic or in like stainless steel, but like the London Underground is in like cushioning. And I don't know, I just can't get rid of the idea that it might have a lot of germs or sweat or other kind of breadcrumbs. Or I literally saw someone eating like hamburgers on the and chips on the underground and all that. People were like screaming and kids were super loud. Women were in dresses and they were all drunk and I don't know. Like, that was my pet peeve, when like the biggest pet peeve. All the other things, okay, like I saw all the dust when the trains come in and go, and it was like, I wish I really had a mask, but I could withstand all of that. I understand it's like old infrastructure, but like, you can change the cushions, right? Yeah. Yeah, I didn't get to see the Northern Lights, unfortunately. Yeah. Everyone always says Americans are loud, so I'm not surprised. That is true. Like, I'll be totally honest. Like, I don't think they're intentionally loud either. Like, I think when they just have a normal conversation, I think it just sticks out. It's something about their vocal cords or like the accent maybe on how they speak. Yeah. Cool, your description of the fjords makes me want to go. Yeah, Notting Hill's a way up market. I love outdoor swimming pools. There's even right beside Covent Garden. Yeah, I went to Covent Garden too. That was a nice place. So let me just show you one picture of the fjord. That was amazing. Okay. Yeah, okay. A lot of pictures. I mean, this picture really doesn't do justice, but just look at the scenery. Like, that's what I was seeing for a good like 30 minutes. Yeah. And also the scenery just changed from something like this. Wait. Like, I was on top of the mountain at some point. Like, look behind me. Look at that. Like, this was what I was watching at one point, and then just 10 minutes later, it just changes into like something like this. Like the waterfalls and where is it? Like, I'm on the boat and look at that nature. That is amazing. That is crazy. I don't think this small screen can do justice for how beautiful it is. But definitely. And there's also a ferry boat parked in too. And don't worry, don't worry, Jorgen, if you're watching. I will do justice for Sweden as well too, because I have a lot of vlog footage. Sweden is indeed very beautiful. Yeah, so I'm gonna edit that vlog sooner or later and put it up. So yeah. Okay, bye, Rachel. Let's see. You visited two very expensive countries, England and Norway. Neither uses the euro currency. Yeah, English pound and Norway. What was it? I mean, it was so complicated. The Swedish, it was like Danish crown, krona, and the Finnish. What was it? Like I forgot all of it. Like I had to remember 4 or 5 different currencies. Yeah. Lovely to see how happy and animated you are talking about your adventures. Yes. You want real dirty? Try the subway. It makes the underground look clean. We like sitting comfortably. I think they've replaced all now. Really? I've seen some cushioned seats. Well, I was on some compartments with that. Yeah. So beautiful. Which country did you like the most? I can't measure. Quite honestly, I really can't. Finland uses the euro. Okay. Yeah. No vlog on YouTube. It's coming soon. It's going to come. I can't guarantee when because I have a lot of things stacked up, but yeah. So we've been going on for an hour so far, and 252 people watching. Thank you so much. I would appreciate if you can leave a like. That's the best way to support me. And also, if you can send over some super chats in question forms, I will answer them. Please check out my Patreon. There's an exclusive podcast episode uploaded today, and also you can get early access to the next podcast episode that will be uploaded on KPC. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, like it was so hard for me to convert from the DKK to the SEK to the N and something, and to the pound from the euro. Like every time I'm like converting in my head. Yeah. There's this particular brand I like. It's On Running. It's pretty hot nowadays in Korea, but the catch is we don't have like an actual flagship store. So there's a very limited shelf for On products over here. I initially loved it because Roger Federer is like a big stakeholder and he's an ambassador for it. There's like tennis wear and shoes series on. So I wasn't really hyped up about like the running line and all that. But anyways, I like On and their design. I've seen a lot of runners in Korea, adopt it. But because we don't have like a retail store over here, I couldn't really get my hands on like, for clothes and shoes, you have to try it on before you actually decide to purchase it, right? So I decided to go to an On running store in the middle of, where was it? Like the Piccadilly, like near that place. And I went in, there were some collabs with Loewe and everything. So I was like, wow, there's so much like shoes, like the variety of clothes and all that. I wanted to even grab some like tennis clothing and all that. But then I started converting the pound to the amount of like euro I had to the Korean one and compare it to the Korean internet price and like the tax, what do you call that? Tax-free, duty-free benefits and blah blah blah, and it was so complicated, but at the end of the day it was more overpriced than what I could get it from Seoul. So yeah, I just had to try it on, and if I wanted to buy it I would just like do internet shopping in the On Korea website. Yeah, Korea is a lot cheaper than most Northern European countries, even Seoul. Yeah, exactly. So I didn't buy anything for myself. I bought some magnets. I bought a little house, like a little house figure for my mom because she collects them. I bought some like Moomin. In Finland, I bought some Moomin related stuff. Other than that, not a lot. Yeah. Did you see what you wanted to see? Any surprises? Yeah, it was really, really refreshing. Yeah, totally different from Korea and Seoul. So I was living in a dream for 2 weeks. Yes. Yeah, so let me just show you. So this is the podcast I recorded today. Back from the north, life feels different now on KPC. You can listen to this. It's a 49-minute episode over here. And, oh, why is this one not showing? I think it's because of the internet right now. But Korean corporate culture is crazy, the untold truth. This is a video podcast. It's like 50 minutes long. You can watch that as well. But I think the internet is lagging whenever because I'm streaming at the same time. So yeah, it's not really showing properly. Yes. It's so good to have you back, David, and glad you had a brilliant time traveling. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Sherry. I had a really great time, and I'm getting hungry. And you know what? Oh, it's been an hour and a half already. Oh, it's 3:30 in the morning. Oh my gosh. My gosh. Okay. Yeah. Small bottle of water is $10. But one thing that was good in Scandinavia was that all the tap water was like super clean, so I didn't have to buy any water. Yeah. So that was good. Speaking of waters, can I just get some? Can I grab something to eat? Like I'm so hungry right now. I shouldn't really be eating, but what can I eat at this hour? I don't think I have anything in the fridge that I can just instantly eat. Maybe some ramen, but then I'll have to cook it. Yeah, the best. I'm trying to prioritize my health right now, so it's really not good for me to eat anything at this hour. But I'm just starving at the moment. Yeah. I will support you when I learn how to. Did not get into your link to Patreon, and I can't give you super chat. My daughter is coming home with me, so I will ask her. Okay, thank you, Lil Bora. Yeah. If you just come to Patreon on this link over here, you can check out the podcast, early podcast episode. And if you look at the pinned comment over here, you can support the stream via PayPal. Ramen. Yeah, so since this is a long time no live, I will do like 20 more minutes and make it 2 hours. And actually, one thing I heard, so I'm actually very serious about like making my channel like great again. So yeah, I'm gonna be more consistent with uploads and do more lives and longer ones than usual. Some people said there is a hurdle. Like, let me know, guys. So some people said there's a psychological barrier whenever they see like, oh, the live is 2 hours and something. But I recently got a consultation from one of the YouTube gurus out there as a part of this program over here. So first of all, the longer the video time is with this logo, I get like extra points on it, and I get a higher chance on progressing into the next round, which I can get some more subsidiaries. But other than that, the consultant actually said streamers, like actual streamers, stream for at least 5 to 6 hours. And no way I can't do that. Like, I'm not a streamer. I'm a content creator in my core. I just like streaming because I'm a pro yapper and I like talking with you guys. It feels like a genuine connection, and it's just more raw. So I just like this vibe. So that's why I don't intend to even do 2 hours and it just becomes 2 hours. But I was intentionally trying to cut that under like an hour most recently, because I saw some comments saying like, please keep it under 1 hour, because like it's kind of psychologically hard to start watching a video if you see the duration, it's like just too long. But then the consultant actually say, like, if you want good stats and the blessing of the algorithm or whatever for YouTube to favor your channel, the longer the videos are, it's better, because the not only the retention, but just the total amount of watch time on your channel gets boosted if you do longer streams and all that. So he said try out longer streams and more regular ones, more basically. So yeah, I'm gonna try that out. And it seems like, even though some people go to sleep, some people hop off to work, there are other time zones that are just waking up and tuning in while some people are logging off. So like it's a seamless transition because my audience is global after all. So yeah, I am going to try out doing longer streams. Just let me know your feedback on how you think about it. If you think it's going to be advantageous or a disadvantage. Tion says, I enjoy the long vids. Okay. Will guests come to your house to record for the podcast, or are you getting a new studio? The plan is for now to invite them to my house. Yeah, my house is pretty spacious, and I feel like I can film some podcasts over here. And I think I'm going to try to move out from the 4-member podcast formula, because the more the merrier and all that, but it's just very hard to schedule, coordinate, and in some cases cover the costs for 4 people at once, 3 people. So maybe 1 person or 2 people. And I actually got some advice or feedback about my emceeing style for the podcast as well, the hosting style. So I'm gonna try to work on that as well. The person said you're really good in continuing the flow, making it seamless. You're well prepared with your questions, but to make it even better, a little bit of more organic touch or natural vibes would be better. Like, don't just ask a question, get a response, ask a question, get a response. Try to make it more like melted in so that, it doesn't seem like an interview or anything. It's just like a laid back podcast where people are just exchanging thoughts without a script or something like that. And I totally got the vibe, and it was like valid criticism. So I was like, okay, next time. And I got some feedback from Jorgen actually, and he said that the recent podcast with Kelsey, Tammy, me, and Danny was one of the best ones because we were just so candid. And that one actually I did not have a script for. I was just like, okay, we're just gonna do this. We're just gonna talk about, the topic is just our struggles of being the 20s to 30s Korean person living in Seoul. So you're free to talk about whatever you can. I just had some notes just in case we might run out of stuff to talk about, but that wasn't the case. We kept on going, and it was just very natural, and we jumped from this topic to that topic, but everyone was intelligent enough to stay on the same topic, and it was just very sincere and raw. So yeah, I feel like the consultant had like a point, so I'm gonna try to adopt that emceeing style as well. So yeah, and make the podcast even longer too. Yeah. Juliver's Sum, I enjoy your lives, by the way, really relaxing. Thank you. It's even more cozier because I'm at home, right? There's my bed. So it's actually better because I can literally just roll into my bed right after the stream and just, yeah. If you like the creator and their content, you watch regardless of its length. Your long lives are my personal favorite. Thank you so much, Kel. You can put timestamps with the theme you are talking about if it's too long for some people. But yeah, I totally understand. But finding those timestamps for myself in hindsight is actually a pretty hard job as well too. I guess I could invest 15 minutes of my time going through, and when I transition to the other topics, but then that's a very meticulous process to maybe it's an excuse, but sometimes when I'm just done with editing or just done with live streams, I just want to put it up and, you know, I just want to like zone away and like, oh, rest. And then I get reminded of, oh, I need to do the timestamps, and it's just an extra thing. It's an extra step that I should be doing. So thanks for reminding me. Yeah. I did one thing. Did you get the money? I don't know. I don't know which platform you're talking about, but oh yes. Oh yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Wow, okay. Thank you so much. I will not reveal your name on because maybe you might be a private person, but I will assume it's you. So Lil Bora, thank you so much for the 20 on PayPal. Pizza! Yes! Thank you so much. My lunch money is earned. And thank you so much for that. And Becky, thank you for switching up your membership on Patreon. Yay! You're in the exclusive podcast here now. Yes, thank you so much. The best pod for me recently was the Korean American Canadian episode. The free guests were really vibe with you. Worked very well. Yeah, I'll try to invite them again. Yeah, they were down. I owe them a picnic, so I might have to reach out to them. I don't know what Kate's doing now. It was a Kate, right? Yeah. Yes. And I missed the beginning. I'm not in Busan. I'm in Seoul. Yes. Moving to Busan is my long-term goal. Hope I can achieve it in the next year, maybe. Is buldak tteokbokki any good? It's available online here for €4. Yeah, I would say it's good, but beware, buldak is spicy. Yeah, even spicy for me. Maybe it's watered down over there, but yeah, it's originally very spicy. Will you stream once weekly or something like that? I will actually stream 2 times a week. So, usually on KST, Korean Standard Time. So that might be a day after or day before for you guys, wherever you're located. But usually on Korean time, Tuesday mornings or Wednesday mornings, depending on the news. If it's a slow week, if I don't have any news, I might like delay it to Wednesday. But usually on Tuesday to Wednesday mornings in Korean time, I will have like the K-pop news, the entertainment news, the social news, all that. And for the weekend live streams, I'll just do like a chill live like this. I'm just like yapping with you guys. Yeah. Why Busan? Because it's my hometown. My parents are there. It's chill. It's near the beach. I'm a beach guy. I need water around me. It's cheap. It's more affordable than Seoul, definitely. The housing prices and all that. It's the second biggest city in Korea. It has all the infrastructure. It has all the nice facilities. Big department store. Nice food. It's the hometown of Jungkook and Jimin. And yeah, it's just very nice over there. It's got what you all need. And I was about to say one more thing, but I forgot. Anyways, it's good. Oh, and also, I really pray that this never happens, but seeing the Iran and Israel conflict right now, the war over there, there's never say never, right? So a lot of people predicted that World War III would be either in Taiwan or Korea. Seems like right now the chances are very high in like the Middle East. But if there were, like, Koreans are really frightened seeing the war going on over there because, you know, we have a similar geopolitical situation over here. North Korea owns a nuke, and you know, we have the US intertwined with our defense system and politics. We have Russia up there, China's over there, so it's very volatile over here too. So we're not safe from anything. And seeing, like, you know, all that footage, like, Koreans are very alert at the moment, and we realize that Seoul is not safe because it's literally like within the radius, the missile zone from the border. And yeah, the only place that was untouched from the Korean War was Busan. So it has very old roads and all that. So if I hope not, But if a war is to break, then Seoul is going to be the targeted city for sure. And Busan would be a strategically nice place to be to enhance your rate of survival if you're in the Korean peninsula. So, yep, that is the last reason in the back of my mind. You have no issue with the spicy ramen? Okay, buldak tteokbokki. Okay, buldak is a different kind, but yeah, you can try it out. One thing I noticed in Europe is that nowadays, if you go to the supermarket or the convenience stores over there, in the old days, in America at least, I saw a variety of ramen, like Shinramen, Jinramen, Samyang all that kind of stuff, all the different Korean brands. But nowadays, when I went recently, all the different types of ramen are gone, but it's all replaced by buldak, the fire noodles. That's the only kind of ramen I could find, and its variants, like the mala type buldak ramen, the tteokbokki buldak ramen, the stew type buldak ramen, all that, like totally different colors and tastes, but all buldak. Yeah. Do you find it difficult finding separate news for both KPC and DKDK? Not really. DKDK is very K-pop centric, so it's not that much of a difficulty. KPC is more broad and more society driven. The vlog sessions with the gang of 4 was interesting because you spilled the tea of your dreams and future plans. Focus on mix of guests with different life situations and it will go well. Yes, the chemistry. Yeah. Yes, I learned something similar to that when I was in university from my teacher in terms of making a good show, a good TV show at least, or a reality show, whatever it is. The most important thing is the combination of the characters, and their personalities need to be drastically different. And the best example that our professor used to give us was like the typical Friends. You know, he made us watch Friends so much and analyze each character from Ross to Phoebe and Monica and everybody, and how their characters are different, what their archetypes are, how they complement, how they conflict with each other, what kind of synergy with this combination makes, blah 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 blah, all that. And then he extended the examples to Korean reality shows like Infinite Challenge from Yoo Jae-seok, No Hong-chul, Chung Juna, and everyone over there. And yeah, like it was very interesting. So I totally agree. So, like the thing is, realistically, when I'm coordinating a podcast session, I get lazy because to justify myself, it's just very hard to pull 3 people, well-spoken, needs to speak English, needs to be free, has to have like some knowledge on the topic, has to be okay on appearing on camera and YouTube, preferably unpaid. I do buy them, of course, dinner or meals, but all those things aligned at once, and also like nice personalities and different backgrounds, it's very hard to establish that, accomplish that. So if I get lucky, we get episodes like that one. If I don't, maybe it's a little bit more stale, but still it serves its purpose. So I will put that in mind, and I will put all the feedback I got from the consultant and that as well, and tried to do my best. But then I'm trying to downsize right now, so maybe you might not see that dynamic that much, but I'll try my best for sure, if whatever I can do within my capacity. Yes. Hey, just a tea, please. Oh my goodness. Hi, David. I missed your live so much. See, like even our regulars, they come in different times. They're just like going about in their days in different time zones, and they're just like hopping in. So, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oh wow. Eileen, thank you so much for the 20 pizza. Yesterday I actually had some pizza because I like pizza. Oh, thank you. Looking forward to your bi-weekly live streams. Thank you so much. Yes. I will do them. Clockwork. Yes. Yesterday I had some pizza. And if you've seen it on my Instagram story, you've seen it already. Just David92, go follow. But I couldn't resist because I was passing by with my doggo, walking her, and I was hungry, and the pizza store had a enormous poster of very pretty women, and my eyes were glued at them, and I got closer because my eyesight is bad, and it was Espa. Next level. Supernova. What was it? What was this? What was this dance? Whiplash. Whiplash. uh, yeah. What other songs? Dreams come true, and then drama. Anyways, yeah, it was Espa, so I couldn't resist, and it actually gave me a $2 discount for takeout, and the price of a pizza. It's a very small pizza, exactly what I wanted at that time. Like not so much of a big pizza, but like it was the size of my head, and it was $10, like conversion rate, like $8.5, but it gave me like a $1.5 discount. So in total, it was only $7. So I was like, this is perfect, you know. I got it. I ate it up. I ate it up. And then Karina and Winter was staring at me the whole time. I was like, yeah. Yummy. KB, welcome back, David. Been listening while mowing the lawn. Really? You're a great comfort of listening. Can you hear anything while you're actually mowing the lawn? When I was in Sweden, I I think it was Stockholm. I saw like automatic mowing machine, like AI, like it's probably one like you have at your house, the automatic vacuum machines, right? It was exactly the same model in a lawnmower, and I was like, "Ooh, what's that?" That was interesting because we don't have lawns here. We don't have grass here to cut. So the fact that that kind of technology could be used as a lawnmower was very eye-opening to me because different places, different environments, different usages of technology. Yeah, it was a simple thing, but when I first saw it, I was like, wow. You went to No More Pizza. Yes, that's the brand. Karina, check. Yes, Karina, check. DQT, hello David. I'm taking a lunch break to watch your live show from South Florida. Oh my gosh, it must be nice. One of my bucket lists is to go to South Florida, Florida one day in general. Yeah, I want to go to all the beaches like Miami, all that. Yeah. Oh, noise canceling headphones. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, you know what? Okay, it's been 2 hours already, so. Let me actually get some hot milk, microwave some milk, because I think one milk cartridge still has some milk remaining and I have to empty it before tomorrow, before the expiration date. So I think a hot milk will help me with my sleep. And let me chat like 5 to 10 more minutes and call it a day. So let me just get that milk, guys. And I will answer your questions. So shoot your questions in the chat. Super chats and PayPals will be appreciated. I'll be really, real quick. Yeah, I'll be back. Hello everybody, I am back. 따롱아, 일로 와. 일로 와. Yeah. So I got my milk, microwaved it. It's warm. Really nice. I got some little snacks. Yeah, I don't know when this is from, where this is from, but it should be okay. I won't die, right? And I got a milk cookie. And this is from, I think I got this from Finland, yes. Yeah, it was a gift actually. Licorice. I don't think I'm gonna try that. But also I got this from the trash just to show you guys. Supernova. Karina, Winter, Ning Ning, Giselle. No more pizza, yeah. This is not an ad, but the pizza was literally this size. And it's really small, but I like it that way. That's what she said. Let's see what questions you asked. What do you think of Sean Solo's blow up? I personally am very happy for him. I loved his interview with K Explorer. Jay was cracking up. Yeah, he's everywhere nowadays. I've seen so many of his like reels about like the Hongdae guy. Yeah, I think he's found his character. So he was on one of my podcast episodes too. Go check it out if you're a fan of Sean. And yeah, it's really great. It's really great. Please do a podcast with Sean. I think he'll be too busy to being the Hongdae guy nowadays. He's probably very busy. How do you deal with jet lag? Yeah, it's taking me a long time to adjust, especially with my night jobs too. Yeah, I'm still adjusting at the moment, to be honest. I heard that if you have some like melatonin substances, it might help. I haven't tried. Oh, that is so soothing. Some warm milk before you sleep. Probably not healthy, but do you live alone? Are you open? I thought that was a question, and then I kept on reading and I realized it's the Hongdae guy meme. So yeah, that is like a classic line. I don't think. Okay, so yeah, it definitely applies to Hongdae guys for sure, offline too. But I think it's more. So the do you live alone and are you open-minded is more of a Tinder thing than Hongdae. So, I mean, of course it can apply to Hongdae because the same people will go to Hongdae as well too, right? But then it's more of a Tinder thing because you live alone means like if, you know, if the person lives alone, you don't have to go to a motel and like waste like $50 or something. And it basically means the guy wants to have sex and he doesn't want to go to motels every single time. So that's like his checklist. Do you live alone? And also in Hongdae standards, if he wants like a one night stand, like they can go to that person's place. So it's a very green flag in his standards. And are you open-minded? The open-minded term is like in other cultures, open-minded means like you have a lot of perspectives, like you don't think like in the box, like you're actually open-minded. But here it means like, are you open to sex? Are you open to one night stands, being partners and all that kind of stuff? I prefer the pizza. I don't know what that means. Put your number into my iPhone 16 Pro Max. I don't know what that means either, but yeah, it's a tagline he's pushing, so yeah, I'm happy for that. We all have to boycott Espa because of Karina's scandal during the elections. Is that actually a thing in Korea, or just Western antis blowing out of proportion? It was a thing for a while. You know, like, it was a big coincidence. Like, right before the election day, like a few days before, she wore a red jacket with the number 2 on it, and that's just very hard to a very hard combo to make, especially given the time. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna judge. But she's Karina, so whatever. That's salty licorice. It's hardcore, I know. I'm not gonna ruin my nice little warm milk with that. Thank you and good night. I will go from train to car soon and can't follow anymore. Have a good sleep. Safe travels. I will go to sleep soon too, so no worries. I could go for a slice of pizza right now. Me too. Me too. Oh, Crash Override. Hello. Yeah, I want some pizza right now. Maybe I'll order another No More Pizza tomorrow just to show my loyalty towards Karina. You know, star marketing. This is the power of star marketing. You want to support your favorite artist. Milk is healthy and banana is helping too to go to sleep. Yes. She also posted pics with blue fingernails and blue latte in that photo dump. Really? Now we're putting meaning onto everything. David, will you be supporting Ulsan Hyundai during the World Cup happening now? I have no idea anything about that. I'm not following that. It is usually a waste of time to boycott someone because of a scandal most of the time. True. Yeah. Do you have Domino's in Korea? Yes. Domino's is very popular. I think it's the most popular among all the pizza chains here. Domino's, Papa John's. I think these are the most to-go pizzas. Of course, they're like American ones. We have Pizza Hut, but Pizza Hut's like kind of withered down. I can't really find them anymore. There are some places. We used to have Mr. Pizza, but I think they got bankrupt or something, merged or whatever. Nowadays, like some of the independent Korean franchises that started like small to big is like No More Pizza's doing really nice. So there's a lot of No More Pizzas in all the different districts. I think they probably got some investment or big capital or whatever. And then there's Jackson Pizza. Those two are good. So I think I think I just like rotate around those brands. Like it's usually Domino's, Papa John's, No More Pizza, and Jackson Pizza. Among them, I personally like Jackson Pizza the most because the size isn't that big. It's pretty expensive though, but the toppings just hit different. The toppings are just very sophisticated, in my opinion. Yeah. So if you have a chance to try Jackson Pizza, I would recommend. But then you can't go wrong with Domino's or Papa John's. I feel like Papa John's is a little bit more on the greasier side. But their pepperoni pizza is really nice. I am a pepperoni guy, by the way. Never Hawaiian. Ew. Oh, the Swedish pizzas were really good. Yeah. The Domino pizzas is just like standard. It's like never goes wrong. It's like my McDonald's for the pizzas. I heard that Domino's is doing pretty good in the US and globally as well too. That's why Warren Buffett is investing in it. So yeah, it's pretty strong here in Korea too. That's why I shop at Piroso. You have star power? Really? Thank you. Pirosa is completely no, not at all. I'm going to revamp it in I don't know, in the near future. When I make a system, I talk about this in my exclusive podcast. When I make a system, everything's rolling, and I have extra space to venture out of content creation again, and invest a little bit more time into Piroso again, then I will probably have to hire a part-time worker or something and get it rolling again. Because, like, I've made it that far, right? It's a working, nice concept and shop, and a lot of people love these, are satisfied with the products, and I think it's unique. I was actually very proud, because if you go to Incheon Airport departure, you go right in, and Incheon Airport is honestly huge. I think it was Terminal 1. Yes, it was Terminal 1. Terminal 2 is different. But like, if you go to Terminal 1 and if you go to the duty-free spaces, there are two of these shops called Korean Premium like Tradition or something like that. And if you go there, they sell like unique Korean traditional products, from like soju glasses to handkerchiefs to tablecloths to artifacts and forks and knives and all that kind of stuff. But surprisingly, the curation over there overlapped a lot with Piroso. So that means, and that place was managed by probably in joint management with the Incheon Airport and the Korean government. So they had really high quality products stocked there. And the fact that a lot of them, I think like more than 50% overlapped with the products that we curated on Piroso, that made me proud. I was like, oh, we did a good job in identifying high quality, nice products that represent Korea that you can't get anywhere. Well, you can get it offline now from that Korean Premium Tradition store in the Incheon Airport, but how often are you going to go there, right? I don't think they ship internationally either. So I might need to check on that. In that case, they're a competitor, but still, yeah, I was like, oh yeah, I did a good job. And I sent it to Jin, and he was like, oh, wow. So, you have pizza in the oven? I'm jealous now. Yeah. I thought you meant Domino's, the game. Gugui, hello. Great to see you. I love Little Caesars pizza. I've never heard of that. I want to try all sorts of different pizza. What Swedish pizzas did you have? I went to a local pizza place, and I had like, it was very thin, and it came out from an oven. I don't remember the name because it was honestly all in like Italian and Swedish, so I don't know. But the one I had was like a quattro something, and it had different toppings, and it was a very interesting combination. I have a picture of it, but it's all in my drive, so I can't pull it out from my phone right now. But it was pretty good. It was really nice. Yeah. You should be proud. I've gotten so many comments and usage out of my Pirosa hoodies. Love, love, love. Thank you so much. Thank you. Rie. David, any tips for an American that might want to live in Busan for 6 to 12 months? How hard is it to find housing? Maybe an English teaching job? I need a break from my big tech job after 25 years. Wow. Housing, easy. Lot of vacancies in Busan. And just assuming or judging by your experience with a tech job for 25 years, with that much ability and I guess maybe some savings, it wouldn't be a problem to find a decent place in Busan. Like, you could probably get some nice place in front of Gwangan Beach or Haeundae as well. Nice ocean view too, depending on what kind of residence you want. But anyways, a lot of places available. As for like an English teaching job, I'm not 100% sure on that, but like, my friends or other people go through certain programs from like organizations, and they kind of broker or connect Americans or English speaking people to like local institutions or schools or whatsoever. So yeah, I might you might want to like do your own research on that part because I can't like validate. But from what I heard, it's not that hard. Like if you speak actually good English and you know, probably easy. Yeah. The problem is nowadays, I don't think there will be a lot of demand in Busan because like the population is decreasing so fast, and there probably aren't a lot of like youngsters there. Yeah, but living there for 6 to 12 months, like, sounds like sounds like what I want to do right now. Yeah, sounds good to me. Hey, Mina, Jay, hi, David. I just joined the live. Came from work. How was your trip in Sweden? Oh, well, you'll have to rewind a lot. I didn't talk that much about Sweden here because I want to like slowly talk about it throughout my live streams. But like my overall experience is on Patreon, so if you want, go check it out. I live in Stockholm and like to know what you like about my country. Well, Stockholm was nice. It was very complicated, quite honestly. The transit, like a lot of places were under construction, especially in the city center area. Gamla that was where I was mostly at the museums and like the tourist area, and by the harbor. I took the ferry to the other side, and that was all nice, and really nice facades, like the buildings, the bougie ones I heard, and yeah, stayed in a jail cell. You'll see that in a vlog, but it was very interesting to me. Big city, but one thing that was kind of a minus for me personally was the weather when I was there. It was mostly cloudy and kind of drizzly, so it could have been better. But yeah, Stockholm was okay. It was okay to me. But I do have to say I did prefer like the other parts of Sweden I passed by, like the scenery and the little towns, and like Lund where I was at for like 5 days or so. It was really nice. Yeah. But yeah, Stockholm seemed nice. I got to look at all the important places, I think. Yeah, walked around a lot, took the subway. Yeah, it was good. It was good. I probably have to go through my vlogs again to rejuvenate my memories. Yeah. It was a Italian pizza, yes. Yes. Rye bread, okay, rye. I thought you were Japanese for a moment. Rie-san. Rie-san, nani ga suki? チョコミントよりもあなた。しきちゃん、はい。何が好き？ストロベリーのフレーバー。If you know, you know. Oh yeah, Sweden has IKEA, famous for fish. A lot of companies, Volvo. Yeah, big industries there. Yeah, I saw all of that. Hi David, first time I'm signing into a live KPC Kitty Dog, long time listener, glad to see you less stressed out. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Great, now that song is stuck in my head. Alim. Hi David, been a while. How have you been? I've been great. In a brighter mood, more relaxed, less anxiety, refreshed, back on track, trying to adjust back to the Korean time, and yeah, doing my live streams again. Everything's super good. Yeah. Okay, so guys, I'm going to call it a day now, and it's been 2 hours and a half. Oh, I appreciate all 212 of you sticking around until now. Hope you enjoyed this live stream. I am going to get some sleep until 10 a.m. in the morning and probably start the day again with a lot of work. So, Artia, Patricia here, happy to see you again. Ta-da! Yeah, thank you so much. Den, David, welcome back. Hello, hello. But I gotta say bye right now. So, yes. Bye, everybody. Hope you have a nice day. Dinner, lunch, wherever you are. And just checking if I got some PayPals that I missed. Yep. I don't think I missed any. So, yeah. Thank you so much for tuning in. Love the live stream. Thanks always for the content. Thank you. Yes, the Nobel Prize and ABBA are from Sweden too. Yes, I went to the Nobel Prize Museum. Okay, I need to show this before I go. Ta-da! This might look like a regular hat to you. Ideas changing the world. But I really like the phrase itself. But if you look here, yeah, I bought it from the actual place. I went there and I was very, very excited to see Hangang displayed with her works for the Nobel Literature Prize. So, yeah, that was a pleasant experience. Yeah, so just wanted to show you that before I go. And Midnight Dreams, bye. Thanks for the stream. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Nicole, thank you. Jeanette, thank you. And games like Minecraft and Candy Crush are from Sweden as well, too. Wow, okay. I went to a candy shop over there, and it was like massive. It had like 2,000 types of candies. And I got like a huge bucket of it, and I couldn't stop eating it. I probably was on the verge of getting diabetes, but then I started eating this black type. It was probably some type of licorice, and that just ruined my whole experience. And then I never touched that bucket again. Spotify is also from Sweden. As I told you, like I saw all of it and I heard all about it. And yeah, Sweden is like a very silent giant. They have their hands in every industry and like big corporates all over the place. Yeah. Yeah, Swedish CEO Daniel Ek, if that's what I remember right from the Netflix documentary. I saw that really. It was really good. Yeah. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. I'm going to log out now after finishing my cup. Bye bye. I'll show you my doggo before I go. She's not sleeping now. I opened the door and she wasn't sleeping. Bye bye. Bye bye. Oh, bye bye. She sleeps with me here together. We cuddle together. So, okay, bye, Lynn. Oh, wow. Thank you, Stefka, for the 10. I cleaned the kitchen with your KPC Live. Many thanks for the body doubling. Okay. Thank you so much. Pizza. Goodbye, everyone.